And you know, the funny thing about this, I was able to confirm in another way, and actually 2 or 3 other ways, of these deaths. and the one of them is almost laughable, because the very next day, which was Thursday, this very facility, Brookdale Sugarland, had a memorial service for one of those ladies that passed recently. They had the memorial service and eulogy in their meeting room. So, did the head of nurses that I spoke with her, did she think I would not find out about that? Did she think that, God, if Bruce finds out about this, will he not then realize that I lied to him? Again. Surely, she's brighter than that. But apparently not. And that's part of the concerning part, is because these people, these elders that are residents, patients of this facility, their lives and well-being depend upon honest and good care. And if management there can't be honest with things, then, and we've got all this other evidence about misdeeds and wrongdoings, where do they really stand? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought about her lying to me, saying that there were no deaths, her quote, no, the more bothered I got with it. And I thought and thought and thought about it. And the more I thought about it, the more it stunk to me. I thought, wow, if there is something going on there, and I have a theory on what I think is going on there. If something is going on there, it needs to be found out. Because just as much as anything else, I don't want my mother to become victim to this. And so there's 2 parts to this. One is, as I mentioned, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that something was rotten in Denmark. That if she's telling me that there were no deaths, who else is she not telling the truth to? I thought. And I didn't know, but I felt pretty certain that if there is a death there, that they have to, by law, I would think, notify the authorities. So, a couple days later, on Saturday, I went to the police department and I talked to them about this. And I asked them, there were 2 Sugarland police officers there with me talking about this. And I told them my concerns. And I said, tell me about people dying anywhere, on the street, on a park bench, in an elder care facility, in a house, in an office. Are people supposed to notify you? And both of these officers said yes, absolutely, it's supposed to be reported. And I said, do you have any way to check on any of the reports coming from Brookdale? And one of them piped up right away and said, yeah. And he pulled out his phone. I don't know exactly what kind of phone it was because it seemed like it's more than a phone. But then again, all of our phones are more than phones. They're computers and so much more. He accessed all the records from the Sugar Land Police Department for all of May and all of the previous month, April. And he said, wait a minute, let me look. He pushed a few buttons and he said, there are no reports of any deaths there at Brookdale for all of May and all of April. And again, I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to say. And I said, are you sure about this? You know, like I'm questioning a police officer that does this kind of thing regularly. Like he would know. And he said, yes. He said, it is mandatory that all deaths get reported to us, and we usually investigate them all. So, add this on top of everything, and things are really starting to look very bad. So, as I previously said, that I would tell you my theory on what's going on there at Brookdale, on why elders' health is rapidly declining and sudden deaths are occurring. And they're occurring as that one caregiver told me. And I don't think it's because there is some psycho employed there and they're just running around secretly sabotaging or killing the elders. Although that's happened before in the United States that I know of. Not here. I think if my memory serves me, it was one case was up in Michigan, but that's not what I'm trying to get across here. I think it's happening due to some absolutely disgusting, vile hygiene habits of some of the caregivers. I've personally seen and taken videos of from the security cameras in my mother's room, and I've taken photos of some of these events. Like for instance, I've got a video of a caregiver changing a diaper and pad on my mother and then touching everything in the room with these filthy gloves that she's touched my mom's arm, her hands, her shirt, furniture pieces, and lots of other things. You'll see in a video. I'll put it up here soon. Also, Mom eats all of her meals on a little portable, fold-out, light round table, wooden table, and it's about this big. It's big enough for a plate and some silverware, some napkins, and a drink or two. This caregiver, after she changed Mom and she cleaned Mom completely on her front side, and then she walked around and cleaned Mom on her tail area, she put these dirty diapers and pads into a trash can bag on top of Mom's little dining room table. And she knows it. You know, the caregiver knows that's where Mom eats, but instead of putting them in a bag and putting them on the floor where they really belong, she decided it was just okay to put them there on Mom's dining room table. In another case, a roll of toilet paper had fallen into the toilet, and a caregiver came in, fished it out of the toilet, set it on the countertop, and there it laid, there it stayed. Watch the videos here. I'm going to insert them right here so that you can see what I'm talking about. And, or I say videos, the One is a video of mom being changed and the caregiver not handling all the disposables properly and then touching everything. Watch in particular where the caregiver places these dirty pads and diapers that are into a bag on top of mom's dining table, and then watch where she touches everything in, or not everything, but a lot of things in the room. And as far as the toilet paper, I did not get a video of that. However, I did get still pictures. I'm going to try to upload those here as well. Okay, let's take a look together.